Transnet's confidence has received a boost as a major mining company has announced it plans on signing a long-term manganese transportation contract with the parastatal. The deal with UMK appoints Transnet as its rail transporter of manganese from its mines in the Northern Cape to ports for export markets. UMK is the first major miner to sign the Manganese Export Capacity Allocation MECA 3 agreement. With us now is Transnet's Chief Business Development Officer, Yolisa Kani. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the invitation.
Now, it's an exciting development. What does this mean for Transnet and particularly the MECA project?
It means a lot of things. I mean, this is the third regime, of the MECA contracting, which enables the exporting of our good grade of manganese. But most importantly, I mean, Transnet has just exited what we used to call a phase of trying to turn the corner. We are now in a new phase, which we call it reinventing ourselves for growth. So certainly signing a 10-year contract is a momentous achievement for ourselves and the teams that have worked so hard together with our customers to ensure that we get to this, we reach this milestone. So we're very, very excited. And again, I mean, it speaks to the sustainability of not just Transnet, but obviously it has an impact on job creation as well as the GDP of our country. So it's a big moment for us.
Now, we'll get into that part of it in a few moments. But firstly, what measures has Transnet put in place to ensure the efficiency and reliability of rail and port services for UMK's manganese exports?
Yeah, and I mean, just to reiterate, UMK is one of the 16 customers on that channel. But to answer your question, I mean, this is happening at the back of a rail reform, as you probably know by now, that there is a new policy that allows new train operating companies to access the network for as long as they have cargo or they have been contracted by their own customers to transport the cargo for export. So we coming in at a very difficult time where competition has become real because we're no longer a monopoly. That's number one. Number two, I mean, the vertical separation of TFR it means that we now have TFR as a train operating company, but we also have TRIM, which is the infrastructure manager. That then enables a concerted effort in terms of the improvement on the network, which is the infrastructure that has been ailing for quite some time because of the backlog on maintenance. So certainly guaranteeing this revenue for 10 years will then ensure that, we make enough revenue to claw back on the maintenance backlog. So again, I mean, it talks to the things that we are also doing on the port side in terms of enabling larger volumes of export for manganese. And there is one particular, I mean, one of the many projects that I'd like to mention is one loop that we've created on that corridor that would ensure that the volume throughput is increased from the previous year. So you're quite excited. I'm just naming one of the many initiatives that are in place, both from a port as well as the rail infrastructure network point of view. So we certainly are ensuring that we can take care of the demand as we know it coming from our customers.
What economic or operational impacts do you foresee from this agreement for Transnet, UMK and the broader Northern Cape region?
Well, I suppose, it speaks to the sustainability. I mean, the contribution of the mining sector into our GDP. The situation in the Northern Cape as a province in terms of the socio-economic standing of that province. So we're quite excited to be an enabler. We know the pressure that we are under, but we certainly are aware and cognizant of the fact that it is cheaper to export via rail as opposed to rail. So I suppose, and again, I'm talking to one out of the many contracts that we're about to sign, that revenue sustainability for us will ensure that we're able then to put the money where our mouth is. That's number one. And secondly, I mean, the fact that the customers are happy to sign these long-term contracts, it enables the conversations that have already started in terms of how do customers work together with us through various initiatives of ensuring that jointly and as a collective, we ensure that the lines are in good shape, as well as the port's ability to move the cargo out of the country. So we are truly excited, very happy about this.
I'm going to be naughty as time is running out, but I just want to squeeze in one more question. Are there plans to expand MEC's program to other manganese producers or other commodities in the future?
Yeah. I mean, this is a three. Let me put it this way: MECA 2, we had 10 participants on this contract. This time around, we have 16, and in that lot, we have what we call emerging miners. These are small and upcoming miners that have been allocated capacity to also do the same, as opposed to selling to traders at the gate of their mines. Now they also have an opportunity to export out of the country, which is where the profits come from. So we are very happy that at last we have an opportunity to also just extend this not just to the majors, but to all the other players in the sector, including emerging and upcoming miners.
Thank you so much, Yolisa. That was Yolisa, Transnet's Chief Business Development Officer.